Welcome, everyone, to the home of the War Chant, Osceola, Renegade, and the Florida State Seminoles, a place simply known to some as the Dope. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on another team from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Noles will kick it away first. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Miami's offense is on the field for the first time today. The flash, the style, the swagger, these two really define an era of great college football, and it's always fun to see them square off.
So well put, Reese. I mean, two flashy programs, and when they're rocking, they're rocking. The state of Florida's rocking. Everybody's wanting to go to Miami and Florida State. This is a big one, Palmer.
Yeah, and David, you and I can appreciate this because we were playing back in the day when these two programs really had it rolling, when they had so much NFL talent and speed on the field, it seemed like each and every year. And this was a game that always seemed to determine the national championship picture at the end of the year.
Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Boy, you can go down the list of classic endings in this series, and last year we had one with the Canes pulling it out.
And Miami was the one who got to celebrate because they eked it out, they got the close win, and more importantly, Palmer, they got to brag for a year about beating their in-state rival, Florida State.
And they're hoping they can do that for another year. And they know that this is going to be another dogfight. This is simply one of those games at the start of the year. Miami, Florida State, you know someone's winning, but it's not going to be by a lot of points. Miami's hoping they can make it 2 in a row.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. And the Canes headed quickly to the line. While the Canes are known for big-time playmakers, tough physical running is part of it too.
Yeah, you got to be able to have a team that not just is about sizzle, and we've seen so many Miami teams about sizzle, but some substance with some physicality, the run game.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes. And you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And this junior loves to show off that big arm.
And man, this guy's shown you the whole gamut, the whole arsenal. Like, he can run, he can throw, he can handle the moment, he can handle pressure. I'm interested to see how he finishes this season. He's already in the top 10 in total touchdowns, rushing and passing. Had a phenomenal year. Now is the time, late in the season, when you can go win those individual awards.
These two have storied traditions in the history of the sport, but in the not-too-distant past, Miami actually considered giving up football, and Florida State was an afterthought.
Now, a lot of people forget back in the day when Miami was in the Big East, right? And Florida State was in the ACC. This was kind of a...
Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible, terrible play and a big loss. 9th play of the drive coming up, but they'll have to convert 3rd and long to keep it going. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got it in stride inside the 20. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Miami!
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Seminoles offense will try to get something started with their first possession. One matchup to watch in this one is how well do the backers tackle in space, David.
Yeah, and you've got to have great linebackers to get this guy on the ground, and they've got it. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, a lot of head-to-head battles, linebacker versus running back.
Yeah, tackling him in space, but also covering him out of the backfield. These two dudes are going to be shadowing each other all game long.
Into a mass of giant bodies, we'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the first down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
And the quarterback is snowed under. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
This is a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Man, this home crowd was so jacked up, so excited to finally get the football after giving up points on the first drive and having to be quiet. Now they're quiet again. How about the defense coming in here, shutting this crowd up early and doing their job?
The Seminoles line up to punt it away. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. The Hurricanes come to the line in the hurry-up.
And that is priority #1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback. Affect him.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And this defense is taking up residence in the backfield, and the crowd loves it. 3rd and long. He'll take a deep shot here. And the pass is intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room.
Extremely difficult. When I know it's a passing situation, I get to rush the passer and pin my ears back. I get to put more DBs on the field to drop back. The offense was trying to force it, trying to get that first down, makes the big mistake.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And that is how a punter helps out his defense, pinning them deep in their own territory. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback. And
that pass intercepted. Looking for more room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Yeah, 2 drives, 2 INTs. I don't know who the backup quarterback is, but I might start thinking about doing something there. Goodness gracious, keep turning the football over. Can't do it. Can't put your defense in a bad spot time after time.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He's looking for an open man on second down. He caught it! Oh, and he thought he might be able to wiggle his way into the end zone, but they knock him down at the 3.
And that's the look in man coverage you can throw the hitch route against, right? When the receiver's got a little bit of access, so he's got some room to work with. Against press, you're risking a pick 6. So
and makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, no! That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Kick in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost him.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by the corner there, getting the ball carried down behind the line of scrimmage.
Second down coming up. Quarterback will audible. On second down, he's looking downfield. Snagged in the middle. It's Washington. Off he goes. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Canes!
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats, and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Runs through the tackle. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
That's how you blow up the screen pass if you're on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast to force the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And down he goes back into 3.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollock.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Leaves it with the back. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Ole Miss showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong, but the victories outside of the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
That's a really good-looking throw there. And I think about back in my day playing for the Gators, we were known as having this high-octane passing attack with Steve Spurrier, but every time we played the Seminoles and Chris Wenke, who, of course, would go on to win a Heisman Trophy, we knew that we were going to have to be executing at a high level. This guy right here, when he gets going and he gets into a group, he just does not miss. He is able to light up the scoreboard for the Seminoles.
Now on 2nd and short. The play action fake. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, nice job hauling that pass in. I'll tell you, he keeps defenses on their heels. He really does. His speed is so scary. And I think back to my days in college. We used to play against the Seminoles when they had Peter Warrick and Laverne Schools, and because of their game-breaking ability, it put so much pressure on our defense. I'll tell you, this guy's good enough to, I think, have played on that Seminole offense, and he would have gotten some looks. This guy can make some plays.
Quickly complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it. Got them.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the 1st half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they keep.
And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. And the Noles will bring the punt team onto the field. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. Looking to move it through the air. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. A shot toward the end zone. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
Most defenses are lucky if you have one good covering corner. Fewer are lucky if you have two. They've got 3 DBs, 3 corners that can play at the same time in their nickel package that they feel can go mano-a-mano with anyone in the country. And you saw it on that last play coming away with the pick.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. He's looking to throw. He tries to take the top off. He's got it inside the 30. Turns it on down the left side. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Miami! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And the extra point is good. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. He's going to pass. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense, getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Use the play fake, now to throw. Scrambling away. Quickly to the tight end. Bounced off his feet.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. You know, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Throws a nice completion there for a first down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass that could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down.
Touchdown, Canes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And the extra point is good. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. It's first down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, between the coaches who have matched wits in this game and the players and the unforgettable moments, Miami, Florida State is must-see TV, and today is no different. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between Miami and Florida State plays out.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play. Just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Grabbed over the middle, it's McCoy. Stopped at the 41-yard line after the 5-yard gain. The Seminoles getting set on 1st and 10. The lone back's got it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Give to the running back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
Pass on the way. It's picked off. Got room on the return. The 20. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Hurricane. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Fires to the big fella. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stops. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go. Unlock. 10.
Leaves it with the running back. And he make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
It's a reverse. Nice move to keep moving. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field.
In blue. In blue. Reload.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He's looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. He wants to throw. Got him downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Seminoles! Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. The offense lining up for a first down play. Looking to throw. Going for the big play. Makes the grab down the left side. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+.
This guy reminds you a little bit of Devontae Smith back in Alabama winning the Heisman. This guy makes plays week in, week out. Top 5 right now in the nation in receiving yards, and that's why he's in the Heisman discussion.
691, Gators score.
He'll take it himself. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games, that loses games, and that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
And that is a major reason why this team is losing the football game. They can't protect the quarterback. They can't generate big plays in the passing game because up front, they're getting beaten time and time again.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Safe completion on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. And the Seminoles will punt this one away. On the move, it's Washington. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on." Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He rifles one deep down the middle. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception. Great spot to start this drive for the offense. Out of the gun, they give to the back. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down.
29 Philly.
He's looking to throw. He's got it on the move. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal.
42 Spider.
Looking to throw on 3rd. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, it's a final now in one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable top 25 clash. Wisconsin dug down deep and found a way to secure a coveted road win. And who knows how the pundits will view this one, but I tell you this, it sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. And the Canes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Nothing but green ahead. Running inside the 20. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball, because he is dangerous in space.
And after a very short pickup on that run, we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Touchdown, Miami! And the pummeling has started. That ought to be enough to make this lead insurmountable, and with it, they'll be a perfect 10-0. The Hurricanes continue to gain strength, and they have built a lead on the Noles.
I think that speed from Miami is really starting to show itself here in the football game, and it just doesn't look like Florida State at this point, David, can keep up with all of that athleticism.
Speed and swag. They got it going now. They got the confidence going, and when Miami gets the confidence going, it is tough to beat. Florida State's going to have to make something happen and make it happen fast.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's...
And he throws another interception, his third of the night. Touchdown, Canes! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. That score pushes us out to a comfortable margin, and they are oh so close to a 10-game winning streak.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
On second down, looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Brown. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Florida State. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
Florida State, 24.
And he's going to run it back. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He wants to go deep. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Man, as a defense, you're salivating in this territory. You want to get that safety. You want to put your hands over your head, clasp them together. I got him in the end zone. Nice job by the defense being ready, rushing the quarterback, almost getting the safety.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he's running in the open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the second level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
Stopping the run is tough in the run.
Off the play fake. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And it's his 4th interception of the game. Slips a tackle and he's got room. Oh, he was hoping for the pick six. Instead, he got it down to the 16-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They're going to open this drive with a pass. using the quick game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Line getting set on second down. They'll go to the counter. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
There's just so much for this defense to think about right now. They've had strong side runs thrown at them. Now the counter. They know that this offense can work in the play action off of all these base runs too. So much offensive volume.
Touchdown, no! And they take it in for 6 more. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
He'll bring it out. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. Nice pickup on the return there. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he needed to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
Power football with the run. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this.
He caught it! And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
How could that happen? He misses the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments. Stop to that return at the 22. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Oh, he had him right down. He just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has him across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. And it's his 4th interception of the night. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on 3rd down from the 43. Davis will throw. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
And the defense gets the big 3rd down stop, creates some momentum. Hey, I don't know if they're going to go for it on 4th down, but the defense is continuing to fight, continuing to hustle, continue to fly around. Like, these are positive signs from a group that you know needs to continue to grow, needs to continue to build, needs to continue to get better.
On 4th down, looking to pass. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
This is so a Jesse Palmer. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Got to look good in the polls. This is your kind of offense.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. He's looking to throw it. Gets it out fast. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's McCoy. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And the Seminoles will have it 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift, a late touchdown. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build. Oh, they blocked the extra point. Now he can return this. He's at the 50. Past the 30. 10. He takes it the distance, and you can give him 2. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. So they had the blocked extra point, had to settle for 6, and they hope the kickoff goes a little smoother. On the run from inside his own 5. He's able to work his way on. The 23 before he steps out of bounds. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such a high level, Dave.
Yeah, just dominate the football game. And now, listen, it's mode where I can run the football, run out the clock, watch this game go to zeros and get it done.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a 1st down.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
You know, as a defensive guy, you use the sideline as your 12th man. You push the receiver out that direction. Look at the wide receiver, still doing a great job of getting small and getting that foot in bounds, making the play and catching the ball.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And
that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
Well, that helped the completion percentage, but the idea was yards after the catch, and it didn't happen.
Great job on defense, too. See ball, get ball. They saw exactly when that ball was spit out. You saw the defense fly to the front.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
And it's batted away, and the 4th down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll start this drive with a pass. Fires to the tight end. At the 40, there he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Deep shot for the end zone. And he's thrown another interception. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. He can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. We're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.